Hello everyone. Um, I am Aliya Siplon and I am here for tackle the first aid. What is first aid? First aid is a fact of life that injuries happen at work, at school, at sport, even on the roads and when we are with our families. When an accident occurs to a person, a doctor or medical aid may not be readily available. So, to save the life, immediate aid which is given before the doctors arrive. The importance of first aid. Unpleasant though it may be, the fact remains that accidents happen. This is why it's important to have at least a basic knowledge of first aid. At its most basic, first aid is initial assistance given to a victim of injury or illness. First aid for someone who's unresponsive and not breathing. First, check breathing by tilting their head backwards and looking and feeling for breath. Call 999 as soon as possible or get someone else to do it. Push firmly downwards in the middle of the chest and then release. And last, push at a regular rate until help arrives. What is the purpose of the first aid? The purpose of the first aid is emergency care given immediately to an injured person. The purpose of the first aid is to minimize injury and future disability. In serious cases, first aid may be necessary to keep the victim alive. What is the goal of first aid? One set of goal of first aid is called the 3Ps. First, preserve life. Stop the person from dying. Prevent further injury. Stop the person from being injured even more. And last, promote recovery. Try to help the person heal his injuries. What are the 5 main aims of first aid? The 5 main aims of first aid: first, preserve life; second, prevent illness or injury from becoming worse; third, relieve pain if possible; fourth, promote recovery; and last, protect the unconscious. What is the first aider? If someone who is qualified to give first aid treatment in the event of an injury or illness. Responsibilities: appointed person. What are the rules and responsibilities of a first aider? The rules and responsibilities of first aider: first aid is the help given to someone who injured or ill to keep them safe until they can get more advanced medical treatment by seeing a doctor, health professional, or go to a hospital. A first aider has various responsibilities dealing with an emergency situation. What is in the first aid box? A pocket mask. In its case, adhesive bandages are one of the most commonly used items in a first aid kit box. And there are also steps of first aid. By administering immediate care during an emergency, you can help an ill or injured person before EMS or emergency medical services arrive, and you may be able to help save a life. However, even after training, remembering the right first aid steps and administering them correctly can be difficult. In order to help you deliver the right care at the right time, we've created this simple step-by-step guide that you can print up and place on your refrigerator, in your car, in your bag, or at your desk. First, before administering care to an ill or injured person, check the scene and the person. Size up the scene and form an initial impression. Second, if the person is awake and responsive and there is no severe life-threatening bleeding, obtain consent. Tell the person your name, describe types and level of training, states what you think is wrong and what you plan to do, and task permission to provide care. Next, tell a bystander to get the AED and first aid kit. Point to a bystander and speak out loud. Use appropriate PPE. Put on gloves if available. Interview the person. Use simple questions to gather more information about signs and symptoms, allergies, medications, pertinent medical history, last food or drink, and event leading up to the incident. And next, conduct a head-to-toe check. Check head and neck, shoulders, chest, and abdomen, hips, legs, and feet, arms and hands for a sign of injury. And last, provide care consistent with knowledge and training according to the conditions you find. And next, if the persons appear unresponsive, shout to get the person's attention using the person's name if it is known. If there is no response, tap the person's shoulder if the person is an adult or child, or the bottom of the person's foot if the person is an infant, and shout again. While checking for normal breathing, check for responsiveness and breathing for no more than 5 to 10 seconds. And fourth, if the person is breathing, send someone to call 911 or the designated emergency number and obtain an AED and first aid kit. Next, proceed with gathering information from bystander using the simple questions. Next, conduct a head-to-toe check. Roll the person onto his or her side into recovery position if there are no obvious signs of injury. And last, if the person is not breathing, send someone to call 911 or designated emergency number and obtain an AED and first aid kit. Ensure that the person is face up on a firm, flat surface such as the floor or ground. Third, begin CPR, starting with compressions, or use an AED if one is immediately available. If you are trained in giving CPR and using an AED, continue administering CPR until the person exhibits signs of life such as breathing, an AED becomes available, or EMS or trained medical responders arrive on scene. Okay, that's all. Thank you for listening and watching.